Justin, I know you've just heard some bad news. News that today is the worst day of your life.
If you could write a letter to yourself about facing your own mortality, what would you say?
Your mind is going to shift to a place you didn't know you were capable of. You will be the most mentally tough person by going through this.
If you're Washington University senior Justin Hardy, the letter becomes a promise.
There will be plenty more great days to come. You will not let any negativity drag you down. This is all mind over matter.
In 2018, Justin Hardy arrived at Washington University in St. Louis, a perennial Division III basketball power.
This is a 215-pound machine. When I watch video of our team from 2 years ago, he just stands out.
He was the Rookie of the Year. He played like one of the best players in the country, and he was for sure going to be an All-American, no doubt about it in my mind.
But during Hardy's sophomore year in 2020, Washington's season was cut short by COVID. Then his junior season was canceled altogether. Last April, in the best shape of his life, he awoke to a searing pain in his stomach. Doctors discovered a perforated ulcer, performed surgery, and then discovered something else.
They felt very strong that they had observed signs of cancer. I was sure they were wrong. It just couldn't, I just figured they made a mistake and pathology would show that it was something different.
Doctor came in and she goes, I got the pathology results back. You do in fact have cancer. I'm sorry, this is probably the worst day of your life.
The initial prognosis that he received was likelihood of 12 to 18 months after diagnosis for survivorship.
There is no cure for stage 4 stomach cancer right now. And I'm being put into this game that I have, in theory, zero chance of winning. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Beginning last June, Hardy underwent a grueling protocol of radiation and chemo treatments to battle the stage 4 cancer. In only a few months, those treatments had reduced the once 215-pound basketball machine to as little as 165 pounds.
He looked like a shell of himself. He couldn't move. He was weak. His voice was weak, and it just wasn't the same Justin.
We're our best version of ourselves when he's with us. Our hope is that he could just be here physically for his senior year. I didn't think there was a basketball future for him.
Hardy had other ideas. By October of last year, he was practicing with the team. By November, he was in the starting lineup.
3 on the way for Hardy. It's up and good. Justin Hardy.
By December, he was dunking.
Hardy down the lane strong. Jams it home from the free throw line.
Played like the best player in the country. I just smile because I'm like, I know what I'm witnessing right now is something that's probably never happened and probably won't ever happen again.
On February 1st, the 22-year-old Hardy was told the cancer had spread to the lining of his colon. 5 days later, he tied a career high of 28
Hardy,
points.
Top of the arc three, it's open and it's made! Justin Hardy, what can't Justin Hardy do? Might take a while to figure that one out.
There was no piece of me that was gonna half-ass this. If I was gonna do this, I was gonna do this.
You cannot be average today, and you should be bloody. You should be scraped up, okay? You should have holes in your jersey like Hardy does.
This is beating it. This is me living my life regardless of the circumstances. If this isn't beating it, I don't know what is.
As the cancer began to spread, Hardy's condition worsened. He was unable to eat solid food, and his weight and strength plummeted.
I called him up and I blatantly asked, I said, "Is this?" And I kind of paused, and he finished my sentence for me. He said, "The beginning of the end," and I was like, "Yeah," and he said yes. He knows his body, and he knows that the cancer is getting more aggressive.
I can't control the spread of the cancer inside of me, and that portion, is gonna do what it does, and it might be further away than I think it is, but it's definitely closer than I want it to be.
In mid-February, Hardy began an aggressive experimental treatment protocol, but it was stopped when the side effects ravaged his body and caused him to be hospitalized. He missed 3 consecutive games, and by the time Wash U's February 26 senior day arrived, Hardy couldn't walk without pain, the result of profound swelling from his hips to his ankles.
Justin Hardy. Justin Hardy has been a source of inspiration for the Wash U community on and off the court. As a senior, Justin has played in 20 games with 18 starts and leads the team with 16
Love you.
I had asked him, "Do you think you're gonna go in?" He's like, "I'll put on a jersey, but I'm not gonna play. Like, I don't want the pity, sympathy play."
With 37 seconds remaining and Wash U comfortably ahead of the University of Chicago, 500 fans got what they wanted. They got Justin Hardy.
Justin Hardy checks in with a big smile on his face. I'm sure there's some misty eyes along the way, including yours truly.
And Hardy, so weak he could barely shoot, got a standing ovation and respect.
Hardy with 12 on the shot clock. Hardy jump stop, layup is good, and Hopkins letting Hardy have a basket to enjoy on senior day. Thank you, Bryce Hopkins. Wash U wins, but more importantly, everybody hugging Justin Hardy in support of his life-threatening battle with stomach cancer.
Appreciate you, man. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
It would be the final shot of Justin Hardy's Washington University career. The Bears advanced to the Division III NCAA tournament, but were eliminated in the second round. Hardy, a first-team all-conference selection, was unable to dress for either game.
It did feel like the closing of a chapter, which there's some mourning that goes along with that. That's been my biggest fear moving forward now, is what do we do without basketball?
Why did you do this?
It's what I love. I can't give up on the things that I love doing just because you hit a little adversity. And that's how I'm gonna live the rest of my life. You write your story, from opening cover to the very last page. This disease cannot take that away from you. Go out there and defy the odds. Rewrite how to live with cancer. You're gonna do some incredible things.